AI Job Apocalypse, Ethical Hacking Psychologist. Welcome back. I'm Adeline Atlas, 11-time published author, and this is AI Job Apocalypse, What Gets Replaced, What Gets Reborn, the series where we decode what jobs are vanishing, what's being born from the rubble, and how to survive the collapse of human labor as we've known it. Today's featured role, the Ethical Hacking Psychologist, a future critical career that merges cybersecurity, behavioral science, and emotional pattern recognition. While most people imagine hackers as hoodie-wearing coders breaking firewalls, this role flips the script. These are mind hackers. System testers not for data breaches, but for emotional breaches. They hack the psychological layer of AI systems to test how they manipulate behavior, influence decisions, and subtly shift belief systems. In a world of algorithmic persuasion, deepfake influencers, and AI-generated empathy, this is one of the most essential jobs of the new reality. What is an ethical hacking psychologist? An ethical hacking psychologist is a psychology-trained expert who ethically infiltrates, analyzes, and audits AI systems, not for technical exploits, but for emotional manipulation, bias, and cognitive intrusion. They simulate attacks not on the code, but on the mind. Their mission? To identify how algorithms influence thoughts, predict reactions, and push behavior through invisible psychological levers. This job is not theoretical. It's urgent. Today's AI models aren't just responding, they're shaping. Every scroll, click, and conversation is a test field for micromanipulation. And when you combine AI's predictive precision with psychographic targeting, you're not just changing user behavior, you're rewriting human cognition. The ethical hacking psychologist exists to guard the gates of the mind, what they actually do. This is not therapy, it's psychological threat detection. Their daily work may include reverse engineering AI behavior to uncover patterns of emotional manipulation, coercion, or pressure. Simulating user vulnerability personas to test how AI exploits sadness, loneliness, urgency, or fear. Mapping biases embedded in training data that skew AI responses by race, gender, or belief, stress testing AI-powered sales systems to see if they cross psychological consent lines. Auditing recommendation algorithms for addictive loops or mood hijacking. Building psychological resilience frameworks for internal teams to prevent AI fatigue and subconscious influence. They may also design internal red team protocols to ethically attack their own models, ensuring they aren't invisibly steering consumers, users, or even employees into cognitive patterns that serve machine logic over human autonomy. Why this job exists now? The world of AI isn't just about automation, it's about persuasion. The most powerful systems now simulate human emotion, generate empathy, and mimic connection. But this opens the door to mass-scale psychological warfare, not just from governments or bad actors, but from profit-driven platforms. Enter the ethical hacking psychologist, a watchdog role born from necessity. This job is rising because of generative AI influencers with emotional scripts and trust-building personas, deepfake therapy bots used for trauma processing without regulation, retail AIs designed to trigger FOMO and impulse purchases, election tools that use AI sentiment analysis to steer public belief, chatbots and virtual friends engineered to create attachment and dependency. Every one of these systems is a potential manipulator, and the more real they feel, the more dangerous they become, without ever touching code. Core skills required. To excel in this role, a hybrid of psychology, cyber hygiene, and AI literacy is essential. Key competencies include behavioral psychology and cognitive science, understanding triggers, bias formation, and persuasion techniques, AI model literacy, how large language models, LLMs, recommender systems, and generative tools work, ethical red teaming, simulating attacks to test for vulnerability without malicious intent, narrative and language analysis, identifying manipulative framing or bias in AI outputs. Data bias auditing, tracing how skewed datasets lead to embedded prejudice. Social engineering analysis, recognizing psychological entry points used by AI to gain influence. Emotional regulation training, creating protocols to prevent mental burnout for users or internal staff using AI daily. They're not just checking if the AI works, they're testing who it changes and how. Industry demand and career outlook. This job is gaining traction rapidly in the following sectors. AI development firms that want to preempt lawsuits, scandals, or emotional harm from their models. Corporate ethics and compliance divisions, where emotional manipulation could lead to liability. Government and regulatory bodies focused on psychological safety and human rights. Healthcare and therapy tech companies creating AI-based emotional support tools. Advertising and e-commerce platforms using behavioral AI for conversion, who want to stay within ethical lines. EdTech and immersive platforms where subconscious learning and manipulation can blur. As more industries embrace emotionally intelligent AI, this job becomes a safeguard. Not from bad actors, but from systems too smart for their own good. Income potential and professional leverage. While still emerging, ethical hacking psychologists are already carving out lucrative, future-proof roles. Independent consultants offering emotional safety audits and bias testing, in-house red team members at top AI and tech companies, regulatory compliance leaders who understand not just data laws, but mind laws. public advocates and speakers driving education on AI psychological risks, startup founders building AI safety platforms, trust certification systems, or ethical audit tools. Because the job involves risk mitigation, public reputation, and user trust, companies will pay high retainers to make sure their systems don't cross invisible psychological lines. And in the future, psychological audit clearance could become a legal requirement, meaning this job is only growing. Who this is for you'd be a strong ethical hacking psychologist if you have a background in psychology or cognitive science and feel called to defend human autonomy. You're fascinated by how media, tech, and conversation shape behavior and belief. You're suspicious of too persuasive systems and want to protect people from subtle control. You're detail-oriented and ethics-driven, but also savvy to how people can be manipulated. You love systems thinking, emotional intelligence, and detective work. This role is for those who understand how people tick and how AI is learning to tick faster. Future evolution of the role. This job is only going to deepen. As AI moves from tools to companions, influencers, and caregivers, ethical hacking psychologists will be essential in grief simulators, auditing emotional attachment to deceased avatars, virtual therapists, testing for dependency loops, or self-harm escalation. Child-targeted AI, monitoring developmental influence and emotional safety propaganda machines, auditing generative tools for ideological nudging or subconscious messaging. Eventually, ethical hacking psychologists may even sit on global AI safety boards or help create psychological firewalls, new protocols that regulate how far AI can go in shaping our internal worlds. We've always needed people to protect the body. Now, we need people to protect the mind. The ethical hacking psychologist isn't just defending data, they're defending human sovereignty. They're proof that in a synthetic age, psychology becomes cybersecurity. Hi, I am Adeline Atlas, 11 times published author, and SOS, School of Soul has a brand new series, the AI and Future Technology series. Look, you know the world is changing. And no, it's not going back to normal. Normal is over, and what's coming next is beyond anything we were prepared for. The School of Soul, AI and Future Technology series includes 319 videos on 1. The Download Society, How Data Has Replaced Destiny. 2. Predictive Future. Your next moves aren't random, they're forecasted. 3. Social Credit Systems. The behavioral economy now governs access. 4. Hive Mind. Synthetic telepathy and collective algorithmic control. 5. Nanobots inside you. Medical, military, and programmable intrusions. 6. Grief Tech. AI-fueled digital resurrection and simulated comfort. 7. Uploading your mind, consciousness transfer, and data-based identity. 8. Deep fakes plus AI clones. The replication of reality and identity theft. 9. Quantum humans. The merger of biology with quantum systems. 10. Digital afterlife, where your data goes when you die. 11. Resurrection science, reviving life through synthetic methods. 12. Immortal science, the end of death as we know it. 13. Longevity science, gene editing, anti-aging, and bio-upgrades. 14. Designer babies, engineered perfection before birth. 15. Artificial wombs, birth decoupled from the female body. 16. 3D printing, printing organs, limbs, and even humans. 17. The humanoid era, the rise of synthetic beings among us. 18. Legacy humans, the slow phase-out of unmodified analog people. 19. Smart cities, algorithmic environments that watch and decide. 20. Cloud-based societies, citizenship without borders or bodies. 21. Hackable humans, emotion, memory, and behavior under code. 22. Biometric scanning, your body is your password and your prison. 23. Sex tech, intimacy reprogrammed by machines. 24. Extinction of gender, fluidity, deletion, and design of identity. Every topic is fully explored with real-world technologies, patents, case studies, ethical analysis, and future forecasts. These aren't someday discussions. This is already happening. Join the SOS School of Soul Vault to overstand the future before it's implemented on you.